And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Jay Smith in the house. A-Snoop Inspections in with us today. We got our W-2 Investor Workshop coming up. That's going to be a good time and a great time to save some money. Pinellas County sees the second largest population drop in the entire United States. Wow, interesting story there. Also, New York's Mayor Mandami the Commie has his latest racist comments. How he's talking about promises to tax white people at higher rates. We'll hit on that story. DeSantis, I love Governor DeSantis here in the state of Florida. He said he's proud of, on one hand, the state House of Representatives for what they've done on this particular bill, but he says he wants to go further and impeach the judge. So we'll talk about this Judge Tiffany here in Tampa Bay as well, or not in Tampa Bay. That one's up in Leon County. And also, Americans lost a record $15.9 billion in scams, says the FTC. A record $15.9 billion has been lost in scams. So I want to tell you about our W-2 Investor Seminar. Here's a way, if you are a W-2 wage earner making over $100,000 or more and you feel like taxes are crushing you, what if you could legally reduce your W-2 income using real estate? There's multiple ways you can do that. Short-term rentals, you get the professional realtor license. We're going to have a seminar on Wednesday, May 6th. Mark Hay, our financial advising expert contributor, and myself, we're going to be over at Crown and Bull, one of our favorite restaurants here in Dunedin, Pinellas County, downtown, on the 6th at 6 o'clock. May 6th, 6 o'clock. Lower your tax bill, build passive income, leverage real estate, and keep more of your hard-earned money. High-income professionals keep more, build more, and pay less legally in taxes. Save that date, May 6th. Join us there. It's a free event. Donations accepted for Will's Way Foundation. So reach out to the show. We'd love to tell you more about that. Jay Smith in studio with us. Jay, give us a little teaser of what we're going to talk about today, my friend.
I think we should talk about some of the other sponsors of the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Which ones? Which ones do you like?
I mean, we had a short conversation before we got in here about who we trust and who we want to refer to. You know, our show partners are certainly right there. Yeah,
Logan Briggs does a great job on the roofing side. We've got Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. They do a great job there. Avery is a jam up, repair and remodel
construction, guy. Additions, all that stuff.
Yeah. We've got when you get put on the spot, there's 35 show partners. So I'm kind of thinking like who would be in that list. So you have I like Richard Cumby on the electric side. He's been doing a good job for me on some personal stuff around the house. One of the things I've done with hurricane season is we wired directly out of our box straight into a generator or where I can plug it in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mess around with cords and all that. Got little kids in the house. I got an infant child. Yeah. Last thing I need to be is running around trying to look for plugs and making extension cords work, right?
Yeah.
So little things like that.
It's better.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got all those partners. We've got all the blue collar and white.
And someone you can trust that your house isn't going to burn down.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, man. Vetted. We vet all of our experts, and Jay Smith has been one of our longest running partners. A-Snoop.com, A-Snoop.com. Home inspections, residential, commercial. We'll talk more about some of the strategy that we're employing also on our listing side with the pre-listing inspections also coming up. And, we try to do mostly positive stories on this show, but I got to get into this one because this one comes in and it hits really close to home. This was in Fort Myers, Florida. This scumbag illegal that was let in by the Biden administration, he beat a lady in the head with a hammer. She's literally, picture this, she's working in a convenience store. She's got 2 teenage daughters, and she's working at a convenience store. I saw the video, and it's heart-wrenching to see this stuff happening over and over and over, and it's not just one. But this one hit home. This is in Fort Myers. This is close to LaBelle, where I'm from, Jay.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's caught at the border and released into the U.S. by the Biden administration. He beat a random gas station clerk to death with a hammer. And this scumbag, 40-year-old, a Haitian national, Robert Joachim, and the video shows he starts beating her car. So she's looking out the window. She's like, hey, what's going on? She walks outside just like questioning him. He walks right up to her, straight to the head with a hammer. She falls on the ground, and he continues to beat her with the hammer. And for those that are not for the death penalty, let me just tell you what it says in Genesis. And it says it in all 5 books of the Torah. It says that who shall ever shed blood, by man shall his blood be shed. Okay, so that's the death penalty, and we don't want any liberal tears here. If you kill somebody, you should have yourself, you should be killed. And I further that, I say let's do what Charlie Daniels says.
But if I catch somebody breaking in my house, I got a 12-gauge shotgun waiting on the
Well, Charlie
other
Daniels
side.
also has one where he says, take them out in the woods, time to a stump, and let the rattlers and the bugs and the alligators do the rest. I mean, that would save a little taxpayer money, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's, I mean, I hate to say this, that's the only problem with the death penalty. They get so much time just trying to figure out and lawyers to pay for all the stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just too much time and money.
It's interesting because I just heard Grady Judd, Polk County sheriff of the country sheriff here on a show. I'll go ahead and jump to that clip since we're talking about.
How do you view second chances? What is your process when it comes down to a kid did something dumb? What do you say? Let's give this kid a second chance. 0 chances to this guy. You know, this guy deserves the death penalty. How do you process that?
Everybody knows that Florida's got a tough criminal justice system.
Mm-hmm.
Our tough criminal justice system, out of every 100 people that come before the courts this year, only 4 will go to prison. And we're a tough criminal justice.
Think about it. Out of every 100 that come before the courts, only 4 will go to prison. So there's already all of these, deferment programs, mental health. I think there's a special court for veterans if there's a situation. But what I'm talking about is the premeditated. You break into somebody's house, you kill the grandma, you slash her throat, you rape the teenage kids, and then you take the wealth. That's what I'm referring to. That's the death penalty. Shouldn't be a waiting line.
Nope.
You get 1 or 2, maybe 3 appeals, and then that's it.
And today with the proof that they typically have, whether it's DNA or any of those
Video.
things, it's a lot different today than it even was, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
That's right. Yeah. And in the Torah, it says, 2 eyewitnesses. Now you can scrap those 2 witnesses for video camera surveillance or the fingerprints or
DNA.
Exactly.
Yep.
Genetic profile. So anyways, yeah, so we'll come back here. We'll lighten up the topic here a little bit for you too. Pinellas County. Pinellas County. We jump right into the deep end today, but hey, I think so many people have that sentiment though, Jay. We're just tired of it. I'm tired of seeing, these soft on crime judges letting people go and, the challenges that we find, where innocent people are getting killed.
Well, part of the country feels that way. Part of the country thinks you can fix everyone.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do a couple of hot listings here, Dave, then we'll jump right back into it. I'm going to put that new Ocala, 4925 North US Highway 441. This is a brand new listing. Beautiful property here in Ocala, Florida. 4925 North US Highway 441, Ocala. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2236 square feet. You got almost 8 acres. It's a fully remodeled estate, almost 8 acres of land, high and dry. It's split into 2 different parcels. You've got a B4 commercial zoning with frontage on the highway up front. So you've got a commercial space up front. So think about it. You got to get your entrepreneurial hat and start thinking outside the box here. You've got commercial up front and then residential in the back. So you could split that off. You could do rentals. You could do, all kinds of stuff there. Boundless opportunities, including retail, distribution, light manufacturing, storage, automotive services, and more. 4925 North US Highway 441 in Ocala, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And another listing that I like right now is this 9901 Bay Drive, Gibsonton. Corner lot location, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, single family home, split floor plan, 2-story home on the waterfront. You're on the Alafaya River with access to the bay. You've got about 135 feet of water frontage, river frontage there. And you got your private dock, covered boat ramp, beautiful sitting area under the lanai there, and a great opportunity to enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. What do you think, Jay? Right, 5 o'clock on a Friday, you might be sitting on that back porch right there, enjoying a nice beverage, and kind of maybe some people like cigars. That's a great sitting spot right there.
Yep.
Look at that.
It's hard to beat it.
Great spot there. 9901 Bay Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. Beautiful property. You can see all of our listings online and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our real estate partners, expert contributors, and friends of the program at consumerqb.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
That's right. And that's another. I'm so sick of the naysayers on this Iran thing. It's like, so many. You got video of all the previous presidents, secretaries of state saying, we've got to do something. We've got to do something. And we did something. And we took them out. And, so that had to be done, what's happening. And we did it with precision, very minimal, if any, boots on the ground. And now we are, in a much stronger position, safer position as Americans, Jay.
Well, saving our enlisted that are over there, that when that plane went down, that's just phenomenal.
That was so cool, wasn't it?
I mean, that just puts a smile on your face, the fact that we have the ability to do that.
Yeah, the technology I heard was something along the lines of detecting the heartbeat and murmur technology, unbelievable technology. And then, it gets you thinking about these different, these videos with the lasers hitting things. It's like, man, our technology is there. And that's why we got to tighten up this birthright citizenship stuff with these Chinese coming over here and, giving birth and that birth tourism. We've really got to protect what we've got, because we've got something special here in the United States of America, founded on Judeo-Christian beliefs. Not Islam, not any of this other stuff. So that's why I like what DeSantis
we all
did.
understand why we did some of that stuff, but the world trying to figure out how they can take advantage of the loopholes is the problem.
That's it. They're taking our patience and our strength, or our friendliness, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than, we cry about the corporations taking advantage of taxes and all that. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's just getting worse, and we got to keep track of it. We try to come down on the corporations for doing that. Other countries trying to take advantage of the birthright stuff. I mean, it's got to be looked at.
Yep. Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Jay, we talk about residential, commercial real estate here. You got pre-construction stuff going on out there, new housing starts. And what's your thoughts around the home inspection business?
The first part of this year hasn't been bad. Be perfectly honest with you, I still don't think we have the April-May bump that we normally have.
Right.
We're still doing good. Things are flowing out there, but typically this time of year I'm turning down work. And I wouldn't say I'm turning anything down at the moment. It's not turning it down. It's just that I don't have the ability to get to everything.
Right.
And right now that's not a problem. And I want that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the time of year I should have that problem, and it's not quite there.
Well, I think we should be just around the corner, turning the corner here, Jay, because you've got Zohran Mamdani up in New York talking about his campaign promise to tax white people at higher rates as part of a race-based equity plan in New York City. Here's a quote. It says, the wealth of a median white household in New York is more than $200,000. Okay, let's pause there. Okay, why is that a problem? Do we not want people being successful? Do we not want people working hard? Giving up things and maybe not giving into the short term and having that long term, saving money, building equity, buying a home, investing in businesses. Okay, so the quote continues: while that of a black household is less than 20,000. We are reckoning with the long history of racism here and starting to act upon a framework that puts equity right at the center of it. So without going into too much of that, because it's more about the fatherless households, things like that, and it's a cultural thing. I want to go to, where are the people? Why are they not moving here so fast, right? Because I kind of feel a little bit of that too. The market's a little bit soft. We feel like there should be more people moving here. And it's interesting, too. This kind of leads into our next story. Pinellas County sees second largest population drop in United States history. This is the latest U.S. Census data, shows that Pinellas County saw the biggest decline nationwide. We've got an image for this, I believe. It's Pinellas County sees second largest population drop in U.S. Now, this is back-to-back hurricanes, rising costs, deaths outnumbering births, and the latest Census Bureau numbers show Pinellas County lost almost 12,000 residents from July 1, 2024 to the same date in 25, dropping from 960,397 people to 948,563 people. City and civic leaders also point to the lack of affordable housing and attainable housing. So what's your thoughts about that? It seems like people may be moving forward or moving north, right?
Well, a little bit of that, but then I would think a lot of that is houses that you still can't live in. You know, they're giving up on that waterfront house that was flooded. I mean, if you go down there, there's still a lot of empty houses.
Yeah.
And I would guess that a large percentage of that loss was right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's happened in the last year and a half. I mean,
they're buried in
not
permitting.
a crazy conclusion.
They're buried in permitting, right?
Yeah, buried in. I mean, there's still people waiting for permits. And then even if they got it, they just recently got it. It doesn't make their house habitable yet. They're still working on it.
Because you're talking months of work and labor and you know.
I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, that's for sure.
Yeah, supplies and parts and that whole procurement.
If you go down there, you look at a lot of these houses, there's a lot being lifted. I mean, they're sitting on wood currently and don't have the foundations underneath them. They can't live there.
And that's pretty expensive, isn't it? Lift it up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the hydraulic lifts under there.
Yeah.
And then you got to build.
I mean, a 3,000 square foot house, you're talking about $300,000.
Just to lift it.
Just to lift it.
Whew, that's a pretty penny there. All right, a quick break. Right back. More with Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. Save the date, that W2 seminar coming up on the 6th, May 6th at 6 o'clock. Crown and Bowl. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Are you a W-2 wage earner making $100,000 or more and feel like taxes are crushing you? What if you could legally reduce your W-2 income using real estate? With strategies like real estate professional status, short-term rentals, high earners are saving tens of thousands of dollars per year. Join us for our workshop and learn how to keep more of what you make. Wednesday, May 6th at Crown and Bull. Mark Hay and Brandon Rimes will be hosting a financial advising workshop for W-2 earners making $100,000 or more. Wednesday, May 6th at Crown and Bull, Main Street, Dunedin. RSVP by calling or texting 813-917-1894. It's a free event. We're going to buy you appetizers, and your first drink will be provided by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. BRimes at KW.com, 813-917-1894. BRIMES at KW.com, 813-917-1894. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleanings, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, I love this one here at 10001 Waterworks Lane in Riverview. This is a nice listing. It's a perfect opportunity for a business owner, maybe somebody that's self-employed. What you have here is 2 acres on a lake in Riverview. It's perfect for a business owner because he's currently utilizing this as an office. But it's 10001 Waterworks Lane in Riverview. It's a 2-2 building, 1765 square feet. Current owner using it as an office for their firm. Room to grow. You got room for expansion. Could easily be remodeled into whatever specifications you need for your office or maybe even residential. But a great looking building and on a waterfront lake, 2 acres of land right here in Tampa Bay. 9900 Island Harbor Drive, Port Richey, Florida. This is a short sale, so it's a flip opportunity. Any investors out there, we got a pre-approved short sale ready to go. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, 2,000 square feet, 0.16 acre. You got a short sale, so it was hit by the hurricane. So it might be an opportunity for you to come in and do some renovation and maybe do a flip here. Direct access to the Gulf of Mexico, no bridges. And we got a typo on that. I need to say Gulf of America. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. 9900 Island Harbor Drive, Port Richey, Florida. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Jay Smith in studio with me, A-Snoop Inspection. He's online at a-snoop.com, and longtime friend of the show, does a lot of our pre-listing inspections. So if you're listing a property, good time to get an inspection done. And also on pre-construction properties, Jay, sometimes people overlook that, pre-construction.
Yeah. I mean, the counties or municipality, whatever it is, where you're buying a new construction house, they can't keep up with everything.
Right.
When they have 100 inspections on their list for the day, do you think they're really spending any time doing it? I mean, it's practically a drive-by. So just to have them double-checked, it's a good idea for us to go in. You can do pre-drywall inspections. You can do, right at the walkthrough, day before you do your final walkthrough, that we can go through the house and double-check it. And if you've already bought a house and you've missed both of those and you bought it in the last year, the 11-month warranty inspection, because some of the things that they will take care of on the house end after the first year.
Right.
So have a home inspector come in. We can check things out, put it in writing, and try to get the builder to repair that item.
Yeah. Yep, that's important. You need an advocate on your side. You need somebody to be on your team. And that's why you should use a buyer agent. Even if you walk in there, they try to woo you with, if you don't have a realtor, we can sell you better. You're going to save money in the long term by having an advocate on your side, not just as a buyer agent, a fiduciary on your side. A single agent is what we would refer to that representation as, but also someone like Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection, in the construction business for 40 years or so, and a situation where, you've got the experience, you've seen these types of things, and you know what to look for, Jay.
Yeah, I don't really. That number's true, but I don't like to say it.
I don't like to say it. Yeah, yeah. You start thinking back. I was thinking back to the USF Bulls again. Going to the spring game coming up next week, and that was 30 years ago playing college ball in '96. That's a while back, man.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
When you're having all this fun.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a GC. I got a GC license at 24 years old, and it's been quite a few years ago. So I enjoy what I do. A lot of experience. I can, I have the ability to give you more information on the house than the average inspector.
Right. Yep. And you help, especially those younger buyers, those first-time buyers, kind of help hold their hand and say, hey, here's how you operate this thing. Here's what to look for. By the way, you got to flush your
condensation drain line, flush your water heater.
Yep.
This is the stuff you want to be doing on a regular basis just to maintain the house better.
All right, check him out online. Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection, a-snoop.com. Coming up next, Shane Faunce, a longtime friend of the show. Americans lost a record $15.9 billion to scams in 2025, says the FTC. We'll break down some of those, and we're going to talk with our yachting and boating expert, Shane Faunce, coming up next. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, investing, refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Shane Faunce in studio with us as well. Tampa Yacht Sales Incorporated. If you're thinking about getting on the water, we've got the expert contributor for you. He can help you buy a boat, sell a boat, put a valuation on a vessel. And we'll talk with him about his years of experience in that business. And I want to touch on, got a clip I want to play from Ron DeSantis. I love what he said to the state legislature about this judge, this rogue judge. And quick shout out to Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Pressure washing company right here in Tampa Bay. HeightsSoftWash.com, taking clean to new heights. HeightsSoftWash.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers. 369 West Winds, another beautiful single-family home right here in Tampa Bay, Pinellas County, Palm Harbor, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 14 square feet, quarter-acre lot, Baywood Village. It's a true Gulf front community offering an optional HOA. You've got a private boat dock, so you could back your boat down, community boat dock, right in the community, back your boat down, and you're off into the bay. Out there fishing. What a good spot right there, Shane. You're in Palm Harbor. You've got access to the intercoastal, so you drop a boat in there, man. You got some mangrove snapper, some redfish.
Absolutely, trout, redfish, mangrove snapper. If you just go a little bit offshore, I think the mackerel's running pretty thick. That's always, within 10 miles of shore, so even a small boat can do that on a good day. Khaleesi Island, Dunedin.
Yeah.
I mean, all those areas that are right there, Anclote, Three Rooker. It's a great place to go boating, and it's all right there.
And what a cool time of year it is this time of year, kind of going into the summer. You got people out there on boats, just music playing.
Cooking out, grilling out, dogs on the beach. I mean, there's a lot of fun to be had on the water. I mean, whether you're fishing, hanging out with the family, cruising up and down the intercoastal, catching a bar hop to Frenchie's. There's tons of places in the intercoastal you can stop and actually get a place to refresh yourself or get something to eat.
I could just imagine people coming from New York saying, hey, man, this is paradise. Why didn't I do this 10, 15, 20 years ago? I'm up here listening to our mayor talking about taxing white people more than, why have I dealt with this? Why have I dealt with the crime? The subway, the crime in the streets. You got beautiful Tampa Bay. I mean, that house at 369 West Winds, that's like a 300,000. I think it's mid 300,000s, that we're asking. Maybe it's one of the 400 plus. But it's a great price point.
Yeah,
right,
a lot of value out there for that. I mean, if you look at the various prices that are out there to be able to be that close to the beaches, golf, everything that you have to offer, I mean, Pinellas County, that's a good buy.
Well, you take that same house and you put that in Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Miami,
probably
Palm
double.
Beach. Yeah, you got double the house cost, you got double the tax bill, and and then thank God Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Blaise Goya, they're pushing on this Florida Doge thing. I mean, you've heard me talk about it on the show. I'm really big on that because I just look at all the waste, fraud, and abuse, that you've seen across the state. And some of my Democrat friends try to push back and say, "Oh, that's just hyperbole. They're trying to make it seem like it's more than it is." And I say, "Well, let me ask you a question. You think it should really cost $7.5 million to build a 1-mile sidewalk?" That happened in one of the municipalities. I forgot which one. That is. See if you can fact check that for me, Todd. Which county or city that was? You've got Broward County taking $100,000 trip over to the Ritz-Carlton in Naples. The Broward County School Board. So I'm hoping that taxes will come down. I imagine you're probably in the same mindset, right?
Since boating is a disposable income, it's not something that people need. Every little bit that you can get back into the budget and allow people to have fun, have experiences, take vacations, buy boats, buy a second home, it always helps. But, taxes, insurance, flood if you're in a flood zone, all those things have gone up over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
So anything we can do to get them down, it'll help the families, and it'll certainly help industry around because there'll be more disposable income.
That's right. Yeah, and here's another listing at 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. I want to go to show this marina here because, since we've got our boating and yachting expert here, I'll get your take as well, Shane. This is Shoreline Boulevard. It's the Weeki Wachee Marina for sale. This is a $3 million property. You've got waterfront on three waterfront parcels, that is, 3/4 of an acre. You're on the Weeki Wachee River there, access to the Gulf. You got a retail store. You got multiple rentals, ice machine, rental property, Suzuki servicer, motor repair business. That to me seems like a nice listing for somebody. Again, if you're in New York or Chicago, you're one of these terrible crime-ridden states, and you've got taxes galore. You got people leaving. Your tax base is literally saying, see ya, wouldn't want to be, I'm out of here. And they're moving to Florida at record numbers. This, to me, would seem like a really good move for somebody that's a business-minded person, entrepreneur thinking. And, what I would do is right over here, I would add on this corner of the lot, I would put as high and dry as I could, about 10 stories tall if they'll let me. Because people pay, what, $700, $800, $900, $1,200 to park their boat?
Yep. If you did a little dry stack on there, it's all about location. Obviously, Weeki Wachee is great boating. Depends on how far it is to get out to open water. But dry stack, for a little 24-foot boat is $500 to $700, depending where it's inside, high and dry, like a hurricane-rated building.
Yeah.
It adds up.
Yeah, it adds up quick, man. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida, Weeki Wachee Marina, Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com. You can see all of our listings there. Search the MLS Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors. Link over to our YouTube channel, some of our social medias. We've got videos hitting over 1 million views now. Check us out online at consumerqb.com. Jacksonville did it. So that was fact checked. Todd T. Riley checked it for us. $7.5 million for a 1 mile sidewalk. I think I could probably get it done a little less than that. 8 times the average.
That's government inefficiency.
That's government inefficiency.
That's what DOJ needs to come in and cut the fat. Look at what California spent on their bridges to nowhere. Rail. The
rail.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many billions of dollars over budget, and they still have nothing to show for it.
It's absolutely terrible. So we need governors like this to stand up for the people as well. Here's another big move by the governor.
I appreciate the legislature for passing this. But I will just say to my friends in the Florida House of Representatives, I don't think what you've done is enough. You have the power and you have sufficient numbers in your chamber to impeach this judge, Tiffany Baker. Until you start holding these judges accountable, they are going to continue to find ways to benefit the criminal element.
And that was the one, if I'm not mistaken, where the judge let the person go, let the perpetrator, the criminal go, that's been found guilty, and gave him a second chance, third chance, whatever chance it was, 32nd chance in a lot of cases. And this person went out and killed a 5-year-old, if that's the case I'm thinking of, right? That was a recent story. So we've got a great governor here in the state that's, and every time you do something like that, I think to our point earlier about taxes and about the economics, you're making the economics that much better.
That's right.
Because people are going to say, hey, I'm going to Florida, man. They don't play down there. They're taking care of their civilian population. They don't want this crime-ridden, atrocities that you see in the big, California, Chicago, D.C., Baltimore, New York. You see that over and over, especially on social media, man. There's some graphic videos on there of people getting some pretty severe beatdowns.
That's true.
Just for being in the wrong area.
That's true. Money goes where it's treated best, right?
That's right. Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's going to flow. Money's going to flow where it needs to go. And speaking of money flowing in the wrong way, Americans lost a record 15.9, let's call it 16 billion to scams in 2025. And our team here was saying, that seems low to me, but most frequent form of fraud, someone pretending to be someone else. The FBI, the FTC, and the IRS, your banks, your grandson, your new love of your life, is what they're saying here. The Federal Trade Commission says the spike in dollars lost can be attributed to a sharp increase in the number of consumers reporting large losses of over $100,000 or more. Wow. Crooks and con artists stole a record $16 billion in 2025. They lost $7.9 billion, or nearly half of those reported losses in some form of investment scam. And I had a really close family member lost some money to a major scam right here. A guy named Todd Burkhalter is his name, and he's convicted, so I can say it freely here on the air. He's Pinellas County. I think he owns other assets down in St. Petersburg, nightclubs and stuff. Okay. But that guy ran a scam and got a lot of people locally and across the state. But anyway, so in her testimony, another pointed out, Greisman, who's the associate director FTC, pointed out how they have lost the amount of dollars that are lost are just record breaking. Here's one. So it says often it's a flat out scam if a new person you meet on social media asks for money. When they ask for money, these scammers will often tell you how to send it, et cetera, et cetera. So it's pretty sad when people get, taken by these scams, Shane.
Just imagine if some of these people put all the effort into stealing money, but actually put it into having an actual profession where they're adding value to the people around them. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
They're brilliant, but for the wrong reasons.
They do it in just these manipulating ways and these sadistic ways. So in March, for example, a 55-year-old woman told police that she received a call from at her business from someone claiming to be a sergeant with the local sheriff's department. I mean, that's a felony in itself, right? Impersonating a law officer. Yeah. So scammers told her that she missed a jury trial and had 2 warrants. Sorry, I can't help but laughing, though, that 2 warrants for her arrest, among other false claims. The woman was then told that she needed to go to the bank to withdraw money to address the warrants. The victim was instructed to deposit money at a local Bitcoin machine. So your sheriff's department is saying, no, we don't accept regular money. No, man, you got to go Bitcoin machine. And then when she did, before realizing it was a scam, she told police. So it's terrible, man. Terrible. People are falling for this stuff, Shane.
Education is key, but you have to continue to reiterate and come back to it. I mean,
yeah,
I warn all my brokers. I'm like, do not click on any links. We've had a ton of recent inquiries on boats. Super interested in buying a yacht. Please look at my specifications, and it's a PDF or it's a link to something. And I'm like, do not click on that stuff.
Yep. We've had a couple recent too where it's hey, I can only meet on Go Meeting or specific Microsoft something. And like, I guess that's another link, right? You click that link, it's too late. It's a phishing
it's a phishing scam, and then they're malware. Once you click on it and the malware is on there, it's like, do not click on anything unless you know who the person is. There ain't no reason to click on a link.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and there's so much of that.
And if you can't pick up a phone and you can't have a call, you're so busy, and the only way you can talk is a Zoom link. Very suspect.
That's right. That's right. And they'll do that in real estate because they'll claim it's international sales, some kind of international, and so, you kind of open your mind a little bit. You're like, oh, so they're international. That's why they want to use WhatsApp. And then, but you got to be careful for the scams out there, folks. Are there any specific to your industry that you see?
The one that I know that, I mean, it's true in real estate too, because I've talked to guys that it's happened to them before. We've been very fortunate, but there's a lot of where people have their email hacked and people are searching for that wire instructions. It's basically being monitored. As soon as they see it, they replace it with another email. So that's why on our instructions it says, hey, before sending a wire, we either leave off the last 4 digits so they have to call. We want to make sure they've got the right information before they send it. One that I did have happen to me one time, I was on a survey up in Hudson, and I had a phone call from a lady in New Jersey. Hey, I've got this check for $7,000 to Tampa Yacht Sales for services rendered. And I said, well, nice to meet you. Super nice. I said, would you mind just taking a quick picture and texting it to me? Someone had gotten my account numbers, which they're readily available when you send out the wire instructions to somebody. It's on there. And they had created a fake check. Mm-hmm. The ironic part was Steve Wacker was who signed it, and that guy ran a different dealership. It had nothing to do with him, but it was just, there were about 3 of those checks that hit the next morning. I was there at the bank, shutting that account down. But now I have positive pay. I do everything I can to protect my trust account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if you're talking about just general here, that 2-factor authorization before you get into a certain device or certain thing, turn that on. That's so easy. I mean, send me a text to my cell. Oh, there it is. Yep, you're the one doing it. To me, that's a pretty foolproof way to verify.
You have to do it on all your devices. Don't use the same password for everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's another big time, look out for that for sure. Absolutely. So Shane Faunce right here in Tampa Bay, Tampa Yacht Sales. Tampa Yacht Sales is his website. What's the website, Shane?
TampaYachtSales.com. We just did a refresh on the website about a month ago, trying to take advantage of all the AI coding and, getting as many eyeballs as we can from that avenue. And it seems like, I don't know if you remember, but when people started having mobile devices, the majority of the search shifted to the phone, the tablet. It wasn't a computer anymore. So
yeah,
I think AI is going to take that same path. It's going to be pretty heavy versus Google search,
right,
or Yahoo or whatever.
Yeah, and they talked about voice too many years ago, and it's like I haven't seen as much voice, but I get it. You got to kind of be where the trends are moving. Shane Faunce here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk more about his business, what he's seeing in that space as well. And follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our YouTube channels out there, Rumble channel, putting out a lot of great content on the social media sites. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Shane Faunce in studio with us, TampaYachtSales.com. Check them out online, TampaYachtSales.com. And if you're buying or selling, we would love to talk to you on the real estate side. And Shane can help you, of course, if you're looking for a new boat or a yacht here in Tampa Bay. We've got a couple of hot listings here in Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at Del Rio Way. This is 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin. It's a 321, 1407 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot, fenced-in backyard, artificial turf, large laundry room, plenty of storage there. Kitchen is updated. Everything looks beautiful in this home, completely renovated all the way down to the impact windows. 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida, Pinellas County. Beautiful listing. 443 Foxdale Road, Lake Placid, Florida. This is another beautiful single-family home. You got a metal roof there. Lake Placid is a gorgeous boating community as well. Lots of lakes in that area. Lake Placid, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 14 square feet, quarter-acre lot, open floor plan, large windows, natural lighting flowing through. It's got a generous floor plan, split floor plan as well. Great opportunity to buy real estate in a beautiful little small town right here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show experts and hit us up at consumerqb.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
Yeah, that's in New York, though, I think. Lake Placid, New York. All right, we got Shane Faunce in studio with us, and Shane, I wanted to go to give us some updates on your business and, kind of what your niche is or what you're looking for out there.
Yeah, I mean, like our ideal customer is someone that's looking to buy or sell a boat. As far as a boat, it could be from a 25-foot center console all the way up to a 65-foot. Have we done stuff over 100 feet? Absolutely. But for this Tampa Bay area, the majority of our buyers and sellers are in that 25-foot to 65-foot range. And we do boats under $100,000, and we do boats over, $5 million. So it's someone that wants to have the expert help of somebody guiding them through buying or selling a used boat. They don't have to go through and do all the work. We do the market analysis, help them make a good decision, and get across the finish line. It's a lot like your business. It's just having the expert advice. Just recently listed a 2018 Edgewater 280. Unfortunately, the husband passed away. She had been really wrestling with selling it. She's in real estate, and she said, I'm going to trust your judgment. You tell me what I need to do. She had it detailed, got photos of it. We've already had some good activity. Only been online for a week.
Yep. And that's what people need. That's what I was talking about with Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection, is, you got to have your advocate, somebody on your side, because believe me, in that example of a big home builder, they've got their own foreman and their people working for them. Yeah, somewhat they care about the client, but ultimately they're trying to sell a unit. If you have your own real estate agent and your own home inspector looking through everything, you're going to find things. Yep. You're going to see things, whether it's in the contract or in the property itself, that the builder wouldn't necessarily find. You know what I mean?
Highly advised representation. I mean, if you're going to would you want to have a $10,000 tax bill that you didn't expect? I tell people, if you buy a $50,000 or $100,000 boat and you don't know about some of the potential deferred maintenance problems or things that might come up, we want to try and understand where the boat's at in its providence, what's been done, what hasn't been done. A lot like a house. How old's the AC? How old's the roof? Is the foundation in good shape? So it's pretty important that you find somebody that you like and trust, seek counsel. It does not cost more money to use a broker.
Exactly. That's the key point there as well. This was an interesting story, too. Lowe's Foundation plans an expanded $250 million investment to help train and develop 250,000 tradespeople over the next decade, increasing skilled trades workforce commitment fivefold. And this is interesting because the U.S. confronts a critical shortage of skilled trade workers. The Lowe's Foundation today announced it expanded their, again, $250 million to help train 250,000 tradespeople. And we've talked about that over the years, over the show here. Electricians, plumbers. I mean, those folks are going to be in demand big time, Shane.
I would tell you that's absolutely a place you'd want to be. I know that a lot of venture capital or PEs have been buying out those kind of companies because that stuff's not going away. I have a customer here in town. He sold his overhead door business and got paid out very well, but he built up a business and he has all the people and the infrastructure. Starting a business, I tell kids, listen, you might want to go to college to be a doctor and attorney, but, man, you can go into the trades and build a business and make a lot more money if you build something and do it for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's definite. You got plumbing, electrical. The article goes on to talk about how many home contractors you're going to need. You talk about masonry. You talk about skilled workers when it comes into the
nursing.
Nursing's a whole nother area. Framing out a home, electrical, plumbing, all those different areas. Even aviation. I was talking to Captain Will. There's a shortage in pilots in aviation, and Will's Way Foundation, Will Smith Aviation. Shane Faunce, how can people connect with you, man?
They can reach us at TampaYachtSales.com, or they can reach me on my mobile at 727-647-5557. If they've got a boating question, have an issue, need a service tech, need a place to pull the boat out, looking at storage, have them give us a call. Anything related to boating, we're happy to help and guide them in the right direction.
All right, good stuff. Shane Faunce, longtime friend of the show. Support the local economy by supporting Jay Smith, A-Snoop Inspection, and Shane Faunce. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.